is not working properly right now, so I figured, hey, why not bust out the old COD commentary microphone and turn back the clock even more. So we're going to try it this time. Let me know what you think. I think it's honestly more nostalgic than usual. And I kind of like it, but hey, we're going to try it. And also I'm going to try a little more stream of consciousness today. I usually write down some ideas, and I usually cut out the fat, so to speak, in these videos and these commentaries, but I'm on a new kick. I want to try to use my side projects in a way that make them more fulfilling for me and make them something that I actually want to do more. Because I'm sure you guys know I have a very strange relationship with the Weekly Slap in that I called it the Weekly Slap, and I think I've uploaded all but 5 times in the past 2 years. So I'm going to try and work on that. And part of that includes coming up with ways that make the side projects a little more enjoyable. And for me, this is one of them. Could go back on it. Could try again a more shorter form version that is more cut up. But we're going to try this. I love talking, if you couldn't tell. I want as many of my words to be heard as possible, and I will not stop until they are heard. I want to talk a little bit more about this notion of going back in time. We're turning back the dial on the microphone. We are using an old, crappy microphone. Let me tell you about a time that some of you might not even remember. 2013. Honestly, if you don't remember 2013, I'm kind of terrified that you're here and conscious and listening to this, but it's a reality that I have to accept. So 2013, end of 2013, I think September was the time that the world changed. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, and that is a fucking decade ago at this point, man. It has been a decade since Grand Theft Auto 5 has come out, which is equally as terrifying. And there was this thing, fucking A, what a death right there, Jesus Christ. There was this thing that some of you might remember when GTA Online came out, which came out after the campaign for whatever reason. They didn't release them at the same time. There were a lot of hackers. There was a pretty rough start, and whenever you got into a lobby, there was a chance that your account would just get billions and billions of dollars added to it. There's a bunch of hackers running around. They join every now and then, and you just get a little cash injection. It's like a little free shark card, you know what I'm saying? And I was thrilled when that happened because I loved just I loved hackers in general. I had hacked Mario Kart Wii previously, and I was very much in the business of using the hacks to make the game experience a little better. And in my opinion, getting $1 billion added to my GTA Online account so I didn't have to fucking grind for 30 hours on the same mission just to make a couple bucks. Honestly, a preferable alternative, right? So you'd get the money, and Rockstar would know when it happened, and they'd kind of turn back the clock a little bit, and they kind of remove the money. But if you spent it in that time, all the items you had would still stay. And so whenever it happened, I'd get all the nicest new cars. I'd get the fucking Zentorno. I'd get the Bugatti, whatever they're called. I don't even remember. And I'd buy all the nice fucking apartments and shit. And then a couple weeks would go by, and I'd be like, oh yeah, fuck, I love all my new cars and shit. And slowly but surely, that interest would start to fade. It would. I would drive to my heart's content, and then I'd realize, hey, you know what? This isn't all it's cracked up to be. I kind of took on more than I can chew. My garage used to have 2 cars in it, my daily driver and my nice one that I'd work on, and now it's got 12, and I'm in the new apartment, and it's kind of, a bit too quick of a lifestyle creep for me, And I ended up selling all of them. I'd sell all of the nice supercars that I bought, and I would go back to my trusty Karen Futo. And if you don't know what the Karen Futo is, I feel bad for you because that is the best car in GTA 5. It's a little cheap shit box that you could drift around corners real cool. And it was just a joy to drive. And that's what I'd always wind up going back to. I'd just sell everything else. And I'd sell the apartments. And this will be a little controversial, but I lived up in Grapeseed. I don't know if you know where Grapeseed is on the GTA 5 map. It's
Is okay? Hey.
It's the shitty little dingy-ass town right above the lake. And I'd return to that past lifestyle that I had prior to going on that shopping spree. And I always wondered why. But I was 13 years old, and I had no fucking clue. And it was many, many, many years down the road until I really had an answer. I was just coming out of college. I just dropped out. I was making great money doing YouTube and Twitch, and this was basically my infinite shark card money glitch in GTA. I mean, compared to where I was a couple months prior, doing IT at a call center, being a broke college kid, it was night and day. And just like in GTA 5, I would go through these cycles, I want to call them, of feeling like I needed to do everything and buy everything and have everything, and then realizing, I can kind of chill, Maybe it's not actually all that important. And so when I just dropped out of college, for me, that was buying a lot of nice clothes, a lot of designer clothes. That's probably the first thing most people would think about. You want the Gucci, you want the Louis. I bought a lot of Balenciaga shit, which, and then after a couple weeks, I'd get bored of it. It wasn't worth it. I'd go back to the ratty-ass Old Navy sweatpants I was wearing, and that'd be it. And I'd also do this when it came to video making, where I would buy a bunch of cool gear. I would buy a bunch of like props and stuff that I thought I was going to use in videos. And then I realized, I probably don't need to be doing this. And after some time, I kind of realized that it transcends just spending money on useless shit. It manifests itself in my work, in my interests, my hobbies. I'm somewhat into airsoft, and I have built and modified these guns before, and I've put so much time working on one M4 model that I had, right? Putting a new trigger on it, a new electric system and all that shit. And then I kind of want to build another gun without even having used that one, and I'm like, what? Why can't I just sit still and be happy? I feel like I need to be doing everything at the same time, and I can't, and it just leaves me stressed and unsatisfied in kind of every avenue, because that little voice in the back of my head is saying, you can do better here, and you should do better here. And it's tough to enjoy shit. Look at that fucking idiot. Oh, God, the people on Spotify have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. That was the funniest shit ever. Anyway. Yeah. Look, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like that's just kind of how I am. I don't think that urge, that itch is ever going to really go away.